club muchacho, assorted flavors, and they Salatos, inspire young minds and stack my nachos with the rock determination of a vato. Run across the border with this poncho, face like when it's possible. Planning these things till I die. When the Holy Father hand me my wings. When I was young, good to understand what we dream. Giving me music like in the hand of. See me on the TV, the cuties. Both presidents.
We didn't make the first playoff, but I got a chance to look or watch.
It's an Eastern Conference battle here at the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto as the Raptors look to work their home court advantage. Hornets coming to town hoping to notch one here in this one-game road trip. Southeast Division Championship within their grasp. Win this one and it's all theirs.
And it's been a pretty decent season series, Kevin. They've won two, they've lost one. So I think this is an important matchup. They'd like to win this game and take the season series.
Without question they would, Steve. I mean, they put themselves in position to do just that. No reason they wouldn't throw themselves fully into this one to try to win the season series.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Charlotte, at the 3, MKG and Cody Zeller at the 4. Walker runs the point with Stevenson flanking him. And it's Jefferson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
You know, you can give a defender a lot of trouble if you're consistent with that turnaround jumper. It's almost impossible to block.
Val Jefferson, 6'10", over 280 pounds, and he's got a 9'2" standing reach. He's got the size to play center, but hasn't always been a great defender at that position. I thought Charlotte really put him in a good position last year, however, with their scheme, and he was very effective.
Jefferson, a screen on Patterson. And it's Walker penetrating. Not enough on that one as it misses. Now DeRozan in a 12-point outing in their last game against the Celtics in Boston.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
And Walker kicks to Stevenson. Shot clock at 6. Ross with the steal. There's the screen. Patterson setting the pick for Ross. Left side, DeRozan. Walker with the rebound.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Charlotte moving it around. Jefferson dishes to Kid Gilchrist. Outside, Walker. Kid Gilchrist against DeRozan. Kicks it out to Stevenson. Sinks the triple. Stevenson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. For Toronto, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Jay, the pass to Ross. Outside DeRozan. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. DeRozan's got his second basket of the night. For the Raptors, they come in off the loss to Boston.
And one of the factors in that game was they just couldn't get to the foul line and get enough points from the free throw line to make a difference.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanked off the rim. They were letting them hear about that.
Raptors with the lead. It's not very often you can say this about the future is looking pretty bright in Charlotte.
So often the season ends and you're thinking about the issues you got to deal with, but right now the Hornets headed in a good direction.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, Steve Clifford gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. He told me there aren't many big men with the mobility and length of Jonas Valanciunas, and that he's a player they'll really have to account for, saying, quote, JV's still developing his skill set, but there just aren't that many people in the world of his size. And you factor in his motor, he can really impact a game. Guys, we'll see how they try to deal with him.
And thank you, Doris. Now, here's Stevenson, averaging 9 points per contest. On the wing, Stevenson puts up a three, and it's Stevenson again missing.
And for Charlotte, as you said, part of it is feeling good with their direction, but also they should feel good that they actually have a direction after the way the last few years had gone. Now, you can always depend on him to put the pass right on the money.
And so it's Charlotte with it after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Charlotte no good that time either. They need this. He takes it up and lays it in. Stevenson's got 5 points so far.
And the layup just gift-wrapped right there. I mean, he had a clear path to the basket.
Here's Jay from outside off the mark.
You know, having a direction, as you mentioned, had been a problem with Charlotte because they seem to change their minds every year about who they were going to be, and they did it for the last decade or so. Now it seems as though the base is solid, and they've got an idea of how they want to build and who they want to build around, and they've got a group that can grow together. He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Hornets trail by 5. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And Toronto will go for a different look here. Johnson. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Johnson. Patterson comes in for Johnson. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Williams. And Jay subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Jay, he's in at point guard. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. DeRozan and Ross, they're the 2 and 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Now here's Williams. He's coming off a 10-point game against Houston.
And Kevin, don't forget about his playmaking in that game as well. He was wonderful in terms of attacking the defense and figuring out when to shoot and when to find teammates.
Now here's DeRozan, following the miss by Al Jefferson. Here's Jay, takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Jay's got 7 points. Hornets trail by 4. Walker goes in. Oh, that's blocked. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And a moment here now to see the numbers for Kemba Walker. He's been a standout for them.
Come
the past
on
few
now,
weeks.
I got
Numbers
to
show it.
right.
He's putting up 18 points a night, 6 assists and 5 rebounds. And he really brings that offensive firepower to this team. Finding ways to score is his specialty.
Yeah, that's his identity, Steve, among other contributions, obviously. But the ability to make plays that put up points, that's a major weapon in his arsenal.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist, averaging 8 points a game. Feeds it to Zeller. Ross with the steal. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
So far in the game for Jay, he has 8 points and a pretty good rebounding performance from him also.
Yeah, he's been establishing terrific position, boxing out very well and battling hard for every rebound. Well, hockey rules supreme here in Canada, but you got to respect these diehard Raptor fans. Even through the losing years, they've shown their support.
And the hockey season runs pretty much concurrent to the NBA's, Clark. I think hoop fans in Canada in the past sometimes looked at as eccentrics.
Well, that could be, but the sport is growing, and not only in size, but in popularity. I mean, we've seen some terrific prospects coming out of Canada. If the Raptors can craft a contender, you better believe those folks would be making that arena a madhouse. Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof.
Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunity.